Good afternoon YouTube and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we are at the legendary Nurburgring. Now me and Sanj have travelled over 400 miles from over by London in the United Kingdom via the Eurotunnel and now here to the Nurburgring. We've stayed at a fabulous hotel. We're eating plenty of food and having lots of drink and water too, given the heat at the moment. We've been told that it's 34 degrees tomorrow, so it's going to be extremely hot. And as we discussed in the Pirelli review video, we have made it here on the legendary new 4 Corsa, which is just sensational. But we'll be taking it on the circuit in a few hours. It's early afternoon now and the track will be open from 5:30. So stay with us and I hope you enjoy the video. So we've gone back to the original indicators. A reason for this is I believe that, especially out in Germany, they can be pretty strict on stuff like that. So I've gone back with the OEM stuff on the rear. The previous owner built this cage. He didn't do particularly well with securing it, so I've just used a strap, installed a bit of sort of 3M detailing tape just to try and prevent any damage when the straps go on there. Up on the front of the bike, I've got a sat-nav unit. Now it is an older one, it's nothing fancy, it's an old TomTom, but it works quite well. It tells you where your nearest petrol stations are. I've got a USB power point down there, which has literally just been fed under the side of the bike, under the seat with a 10 amp fuse, just in case anything goes wrong there. We've got the GoPro mount on there with the safety tether lanyard, which I believe is going to be fine for the circuit. But other than that, the bike's running 40 PSI in the rear, cold 36 I think I put in the front when I did it yesterday. I'll double check it before we go, but when we get to the circuit or start doing any of the driving roads, I will drop those pressures down. That's just for while we're sitting at 80 mile an hour going across France and Belgium. In terms of bits we're going to bring with us, I mean, I'm not a massive Euro traveller. I've done a few bits in the car, so it's not like I've got a prepared kit, but Warning triangle, breathalyzers, high-vis jacket, few tools, GB logo on the bag, which I did this morning, chain and padlock in case you have to park the bike anywhere, couple of cable ties, zip ties, pen just in case I need to write anything down, a few spare GoPro bits, standard size plate which will obviously fit before we leave, and a lever guard which is required for UK track days. So I've brought that just in case they require it over there. It is tourist day, so I don't think we will. I've got a tyre pressure gauge in there, which is going to be what we use to set the bikes up. Again, more detailing tape, bit of electric tape, some spare fuses, double-sided tape, odds and sods, and finally a tyre repair kit, which basically is just, let's open it up, show you guys. It's like a roadside get you out of trouble one. So it comes with the gas cartridges, like the rubber strips and stuff, so you can at least get back off the motorways and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the RC8. So we've made it the 90 miles from Heathrow over to Folkestone, where the Eurotunnel is based. And essentially, for those that aren't in the UK or in Europe, it's a tunnel that runs under the sea. So we'll have the camera on Sanj's bike now, and he should be following me through the check-in process. Like I say, you've got a few restaurants, a bit to eat and relax before you get underway. Legs are tingling a little bit, but other than that, we're doing all right. So we are 200 miles into Europe. We've got about 110 miles left. It is incredibly noisy next to the motorway, but we keep running into this issue with all the cards we bought and the contactless, where you have to pay for the fuel beforehand. It's not like back in the UK where you can just pick the pump up and then go to the kiosk. The issue is the last petrol station we had to pay in full, and we had to guess how many litres we needed, which is always interesting. So Sanj is running in now to see if this will do the same, because the contactless isn't working with any of our payments, unfortunately. All part of the fun. So you're Sanj in bed. Man, that is mental. So beautiful. What for you to wake up to? So it is day one in Germany. The bikes have made it safely across, and for Sanj it was his first time on the Eurotunnel. So Jacqueline from the hotel, the owner, has given us some advice on some local roads. So the circuit doesn't open until 5:30 today, and we're going to go and see what's in store in the surrounding roads, which many will say are better than the ring itself.
Oh, your tail's flopping around.
Oh really?
Is that normal?
Oh shit, yeah, it's pulled through on 2 of the bolts. Well, spotted that.
You got a toolkit?
Fucking blue tape would have got us out of trouble. I don't know whether it was where I had the strap underneath it yesterday. So I need an Allen key, preferably some M6 screws. Let's nip over to the middle and have a look.
Yeah.
So our first drama of the trip, unfortunately, the standard sort of number plate holder, indicator holder, has not fared too well. I think 2 of the fixings have gone in the bottom. I'm not sure if that's where I've had my bag strapped to it. Unfortunately, we've had to patch it up until we can find an auto shop with some washers. So never a dull day in Germany. Thankfully all sorted. The hotel have kindly lent us the tools and some screws, so we're back together. I'm just gonna have to be a little bit careful, I think, on the return leg, using the straps around that again. But like I say, everything's sorted and we're off to go and tour the local area. like round the ring? What would we say? Speechless.
Immense.
Well, the bikes have had plenty of fun.
So used to not being worried about what's behind.
We were going to take it easy, but yeah, wow. Good to be back. Good to be back. Carnage. So that wraps up our 3 laps. I mean, we said we were going to take it easy. I think that's the hardest I've ever pushed a bike, ever. We timed it perfectly because the track is now closed and accidents happened. So we got that just right. And we had some issues with the GoPro, but we got the one on the front of Sanj's as that final lap. The Pirelli Rosso courses, I mean, wow, what a tyre. Absolutely delivered. No issues at all on this baking hot track. Sanj on the Rosso 3s. Fantastic. Why not, Sanj? So YouTube, we have made it home and the trusty RC8 has done a flawless trip to the Nurburgring. Just shy of 1,000 miles in 3 days, 3 times round the circuit on the tourist day, and the bike has just been absolutely faultless. Cannot complain at all. So hopefully, as you can see, it's all been clean now. In the UK, we're going for another heat wave, so it's like 33 degrees here today while I'm sitting here talking to you lot. But it ran as better than I could have expected, and like I say, me and Sanj got back in one piece on Friday evening. We're now on Sunday, literally put the bike back in the garage and just had a day away from it. So I've got to say a big thanks to Pirelli for obviously letting us try out the new Rosso 4 Corsa, which, as we showed in the video, we've done 1,000 miles across Europe into Germany, round the circuit, and I've done a couple 100 miles to the Cotswolds, and they still have plenty of life in them. They haven't squared off, which hopefully you'll be able to see in this clip that I'll overlay now. Obviously I've blistered the sides a little bit, but it was incredibly hot when we was out on the circuit. So big thanks for Pirelli, and as always with all the other Rossos I've used in the past, been absolutely thrilled with them. And I also got to say a big thanks to the hotel we stayed at. I'll put all the links in the description. It's a family run business. It really is catered for petrol heads because they've got the garages there, nice secure site, and it's next door to a petrol station, so it's perfect for those fill ups, and it's just slightly away from the ring, so you get a bit more peace and quiet. So you wouldn't even have to be a petrol head to stay there. Absolutely fantastic food, drink, the service. They let us use the tools in the garage to fix the RC8 when the tail tidy failed. Absolutely spot on, so a big thanks to them, and again, all details will be in the description. So for those that watched the full video and saw the lap we did, our 3rd lap round there, we look back on the video footage. We never went there to time it, but it was a 9:52, which I'm happy to say on a bike, sub 10-minute lap, really pleased with that. And as you can probably see in that video, you may not have noticed, there's a lot of times where we slow down, we indicate over, we're checking the blind spots, checking the mirrors, and from doing it in a car previously, it's just such a different experience. It's really easy in the car to check the mirrors, where on the bike, if you're hungover and you're trying to look back on your left side, it can be really difficult. And like I say, stuff around there, you think you're quick, and then you go to the ring and stuff literally just flies by you. And there was a few times where obviously I pulled over and Sanj ended up going slightly in front, and he said to me, whatever happens, don't let me take the lead, because I don't want to get sucked into this ring fever and end up binning it, because we still had to get home the following day. But pleased to report, absolutely perfect. I'll also be putting all the pictures up on Instagram, and we have got some official ones for the photographer, which we're going to be buying, so they should be up, I would have thought, in the next 2 or 3 days. So obviously, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see more Euro trips, I have got a playlist which I'll include at the end of trips we've done in the car, and more stuff we're going to be doing on the bikes moving forward. With regards to the RC8, man, it made complete sense on track. That's where this bike belonged. It was the first time I actually thought this is what it's designed for. It felt wonderful. But on the back of my mind, there was always, when I saw Sanj on the R1, and obviously I reviewed that bike recently, don't know, I definitely am an inline person. I just love stuff that revs, and the RCA, it has been a fantastic bike, and it just looks, just parked there, it looks incredible. It's so unique. The amount of people that come up and ask me about it when we were there, I just don't know. I think it might be time, as I've mentioned, to go down that route of doing the R1. Maybe say goodbye to the trusty Gixxer and the KTM, because I don't have a lot of space where I am. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Should we keep the RC8, do more stuff on it, or is it time to get an R1 and join the masses of people that are now obviously blasting around track on them, along with the S1000RR, all incredibly capable stuff. As I've said before with the RC8 and anything really big V-twin like the Ducatis, they don't flatter you. They don't make you look better than you are. Whereas this stuff like the R1, the S1000RR, whenever I've ridden them, you get a good sense that the bike is working with you. Obviously, the electronics are very clever, and I was definitely one of those people that said, nah, I like the old stuff. I like the stuff that's for the purists, but it's there to help you go faster. And like I did one Sanj's review, the thing just lets you take such liberties without really jeopardising any safety. Obviously, it's still a highly powerful bike, but on the RCA, if you just crack the throttle in the wrong gear, front comes up, it can be an absolute mess if you don't want it to be. But overall, fantastic trip, and like I say, we've got one now coming up, if the weather holds, in the cars to Wales, so that'll be our next one. Again guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments of the video and what you'd like to see different, if anything. Until next time, thanks for watching.